No, I disagree with everything that comes from Michael. He has his own objectives. He's not Syrian. I represents half of Syria. We hated this Arab Spring movement. That was a project to give the. Excuse me.
Well, one at a time, please.
Excuse me. Okay.
Camille Otrakji, go ahead.
Excuse me. Thank you. So he has been propagandist for intervention in Syria. He wrote the first blueprint for humanitarian corridors before anything happened. He wanted to divide Syria. He worked for the Henry Jackson think tank, which is all defense industry in the US and Israel. So I do not care about his opinion. I care about Syrians' opinion. And there are many of them who disagree with me. I understand this is the problem we have. So the problem in Syria is that you have half the people are with the government, with reforming the current government that they realize is full of corruption and other issues. The other half, they want to overthrow the government for various reasons. The West made choices and they started to support one side beginning in March 2011. And they wouldn't move from that strategy. I've been proposing to my friends in the US to just keep equal distance from both sides of Syria. This is the case of where a population cannot agree on one direction. Take Iran, for example. Half the Syrians, they love Iran. The other half, they hate Iran, maybe. Same thing with Russia, with the United States. What do? Do we keep trying to empower one half of the Syrian against the other half just because France and the UK and President Trump, they love them? This is their favorite side. I mean, just decide, are you trying to help Syria or are you trying to help your own countries? And this confusion and this daily propaganda from morning till night for the past 7 years, I don't understand why everybody is still interested in doing them. The only thing that works is a proposal where by the end of the current presidential term in 2021, to ask President Assad to run against anyone who wants to run against him and to have these elections being monitored by United Nations, by international community to make sure they're serious elections. If Assad wins, then he has 51% of the votes at least. If the opposition wins, they have 51% of the vote. Otherwise, you are pushing us to continue staying in war and with these theatrics. Yes, they are theatrics because we have a long list of theatrics of WMDs, evil men using WMDs, etc. So we've had enough of them.
All right.
You keep playing with propaganda and the details about, I don't know, somebody on Twitter who shows that he's an expert in showing videos. This man is wearing socks in this video, and the other video he's not wearing socks. It's becoming silly.
Michael Weiss, very briefly.
I don't know on Twitter and who's wearing socks, but it sounds like he has a very interesting internet web browser history. Just a few points. This man claims to represent 50% of Syria. I would never be so arrogant as to claim to represent anybody but myself and my own opinion. So hats off to him for managing to get 50% of an entire country in his corner. Number two, he states without any evidence or any sociological or statistical data that half the country is for Assad and the other half is not. I think he's just pulled this out of thin air. Number three, again, he reiterates that he believes the Duma chemical weapons attack to be a hoax. I just want him to be on record with that. Where the United States and France have come out based on biological samples smuggled out of Duma and have attested to the opposite. Number three, he can impugn my character and my reputation all the time, but it sounds like he's actually quite concerned with my opinions and my background since he's done so much homework on me. And number four, if I may, the idea that the U.S. simply shouldn't choose sides is in fact a choosing of sides. This has been the regime's line from day one. Stay out of this campaign. Let us, the Iranians and the Syrian regime, sort it out, which is to say, let us destroy the opposition. Let us salt the earth if we choose. Let us use chemical weapons, do whatever is in our power under the guise of fighting our own version of the war on terror, and we will reclaim all of the country. This is very simple. You want to talk about what's been propaganda since day one, since 2011? Exactly this line. And it's led to, again, 500,000 people dead, one of the worst refugee crises since World War II, the repeated use of WMD, including, by the way, sarin gas use was confirmed by Syrian regime scientists in Khan Shaykhun. The Syrian regime lying about what happened in Khan Shaykhun actually violated what the findings of their own internal investigation concluded. So this is not myth. This is not fake news. All of these things are documented, and they should be part of the historical record if we're to have any serious or substantive debate on it.